As a teacher-founded company that employs educators, we know it's not easy being a teacher right now. From all the changes to the uncertainties, planning for students and making sudden shifts to online learning, back to in-person learning, and hybrid learning adds to your plate. You may be wondering how to keep learning continuous within the back and forth learning environments, or even where to start when it comes to online learning, especially if it's unfamiliar to you. We want to take a moment to say two primary things. First, you're not alone. And two, we're here to support you as you transition to teaching CTE and electives online and in continuous learning environments. You are essential and your valuable expertise is needed. Just because you're shifting to teaching online doesn't mean you aren't key to your student success. In fact, many of the aspects you're used to doing in person can be translated to the virtual classroom, especially when you're armed with a comprehensive digital curriculum and a powerful LMS that allows you to make these in-person to virtual transitions more fluid. As a former teacher myself, I'm excited to share 10 highlights of what to expect when you go online with EDL and how we can support you in teaching and your students in learning online. From a physical textbook to a digital curriculum, EDL courses contain units, lessons, and activities that can similarly be found in a traditional textbook. This means that you can shift from in-person to virtual learning quickly. Think of a course as a textbook. Courses contain units, and units are designed with the end in mind, making sure students are working through relevant and purposely developed content that drives them towards achieving learning objectives. So, what really makes a physical textbook different than a digital one? The true differentiator is the fact that the digital curriculum allows us to use more digital interactive for students. In fact, many teachers are often using digital components in their blended learning classrooms, which adds another layer of an easy transition from in-person to online. Unit lessons are a balance of text, embedded multimedia, and interactives, ensuring we meet the needs of our Generation Z students, promote student agency, and keep them engaged, all while maintaining a focus on employing components rooted in research-based learning theories. Unit activities provide opportunities for students to demonstrate higher levels of skills and thinking by applying cumulative knowledge to solve real-world problems and complete tasks. For example, students may be asked to create a product, a multimedia presentation, video, app, or essay. Just like we use formative and summative assessments in our classrooms, EDL courses have those embedded in appropriate places too. Low-stakes, non-graded test your knowledge questions in each unit give students opportunities to be self-reflective and evaluate their knowledge before taking a quiz. The formative unit quiz and summative midterm and final exams are auto-graded, allowing you to make data-driven decisions quickly so you can adjust your teaching accordingly. Students also receive immediate feedback, letting them know how they did, making for quick and transparent communication. So what about the assignments that need to be turned in for manual grading by you? We have that covered too. Students may be asked to turn in responses to critical thinking questions or turn in their final work for various unit activities. After the task is given to the students, they then see an assignment Dropbox. Think of the Dropbox feature like a pass it to the front of the room or a turn-in folder students may use in a physical classroom. Or really whatever method you employ to have students turn in their work, the Dropbox acts as the replacement. This Dropbox allows students to upload documents, pictures, videos, or audio files, along with offering a text box in which they can send you notes about the assignment they're turning in. This Dropbox feature is meant to reduce missing assignments, avoid overloaded email inboxes while you're teaching in an online learning environment, and make turning in and grading assignments more efficient and streamlined for both you and your students. Once a student completes an auto-graded assignment, you will immediately see the grade posted to your gradebook, and they'll see it on their end too. What's exciting about your digital gradebook is that it has a similar look and feel that you may be used to with your physical gradebook. And your gradebook is customizable, so you can easily make it look like the physical gradebook you use in your classroom. If the assignment needs to be manually graded by you, then you will receive notifications on both your course homepage and your gradebook, notifying you that assignments are ready for you to take a look at and give a grade and provide student feedback on. This makes it easy for you to always know who turned in what and when, and allows you to quickly identify the specific assignments that need your attention. Reviewing turned-in assignments and giving grades and feedback is easy on the LMS. Assignments show up in a document viewer for quick review. And just like if you were physically grading in your classroom, documents can be downloaded or printed off for physical annotation, then reattached and sent back to students. You can also choose to attach a video or audio file of your feedback. This is powerful for a couple of different reasons. First, it gives you choice. And secondly, this is a great way to provide feedback to students who need the audio or visual. For students who may have IEPs or 504 plan accommodations, quick, point-of-use grading features allow you to excuse students from grades or even allow them to retry. And using the private feedback notes panel allows you to make documentations that are private to only you and will not be visible to students when you submit their grade and feedback. Once you've provided feedback and graded the assignment, you simply enter the grade on the assignment scoring panel and click Submit to send the grade to the digital gradebook as well as back to the student. In your physical classrooms, you may decide to provide individual students or small groups of students remediation or acceleration activities based on the data you've collected. What's exciting is that the powerful features of the LMS allow you to still conduct this very important instructional strategy even in a virtual environment. You have the ability to create small groups of students on the LMS, just like you would in your physical classroom, and assign special assignments, tasks, videos, and more. You can also do this for individual students. This allows you to meet the needs of all of your students even when they might not be physically in the same room as you. All teachers have special assignments that we routinely use that are tried and true. Using the extensive customization editor tool, you have the ability to take these assignments and add them to your course. With the editor tool, the possibilities of creating new, engaging, and collaborative activities is really only a click away. You can set these new activities to be gradable or non-gradable. And you can even customize activities to be sent to individual students, small groups, or your whole class. Again, making differentiation and personalization really shine in your classes. It's no secret that making sure your students are logging in and engaging with course material can be a challenge in an online environment. Your dashboard gives you a bird's eye view of how your students are performing. The color indicators give you a visual to quickly identify those students that are on pace, at risk, or falling behind. If you want to know more granular details for each student, you can pull up your class roster, then select individual students to assess more closely. You can view when a student started an assignment, how long they were on task for, and the total cumulative time. This gives you the ability to always know when students are engaged, even when they're not in the physical room with you. Using the inbuilt two-way communication keeps you and your students' communication in one central location. There's no need to jump out into your email to send communication to a student about an assignment, grade, or task. You can send notifications to your whole class, groups of students, or individual students. You can also create new class announcements. Do you have a change in due date that you want to let the class know about? Or maybe an upcoming project or a Zoom class meeting? Announcements can be created in your communication tool, then sent out to the whole class of students. When students log into their course, they can view their activity stream or communication panel to see the information you've sent them. Keeping in contact with students about their learning is easy, efficient, and effective using the inbuilt communication and announcements features. Finally, you and your students get the support you need with teacher resources for you and a Getting Started for Students folder for students. Your teacher resources folder gives you point-of-use support tools for using EDL curriculum and houses suggested answer keys for the critical thinking questions students will respond to, a suggested pacing guide for both blended learning and online learning, a blended learning strategies guide, a project-based learning guide, and an online and continuous learning guide. In every course, students have access to a Getting Started for Students folder that helps them to learn about how to be successful in an EDL course, avoiding plagiarism, grading, adhering to an honor code, their course syllabus, required materials, and course vocabulary. These were just 10 highlights of what to expect when you go online with EDL. as you transition from in-person to online learning and even back and forth in between. EDL's digital curriculum, paired with the powerful and flexible LMS features, gives you the ability to keep students engaged in learning regardless of where that learning is taking place. It also gives you the ability to adjust your instruction quickly based on the demands of your current needs, and gives you the flexible tools to make the curriculum your own to meet the needs of all learners. We also offer virtual training and on-demand up-and-running course to help you get started and acclimated with the EDL curriculum and the LMS. On behalf of all of us at EDL, we thank you for all you do every day for students, especially during trying times such as these. We're here to support you along the way, and know that you have a partner in us.